Today we're going to take a look at the iLepo 8-port LCD-enabled charger. Is it worth the price? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a charger from iLepo. This is their 8-port desktop charger with LCD display. You can check this out on Amazon right now for the cost of about $25, so it's not too bad for a desktop charger. Let's take a look at the front here. They've got a ton of different protocols that you can check out. It does have that LCD display that will show you current voltage and power. And then you can see all of these protocols that are listed here. Divider 1, 2, and 3 for Apple dedicated, D plus and D minus set 1.2 volt mode for Samsung dedicated, and so forth. So I'll leave this up here and you can check these out. It also has BC 1.2 charging protocol, MPS synchronous rectifier for technology in the United States, has output short circuit protection, output over circuit protection or over current protection, and over temperature protection, as well as surge and anti-lightning protection as well. So on the back you're going to see again 8 USB power ports for mobile phones and tablets. Your input is going to be 100 to 240 volts at 50 to 60 hertz at 0.8 amps, and your USB output is going to be 5 volts at 2.4 amps per USB port, with a total of 5 volts at 8 amps max. Now that's important to note, because if you plug 8 devices into this at the same time, it will only push 1 amp per USB port. So if you want to get that 2.4 amps, you're going to have to limit yourself to 3 or 4 USB ports at a time to get that 2.4 amps. But it will charge 8 at 1 amp a piece. It's just spread out over those 8 USB ports, so keep that in mind. Let's get this open and show you guys what comes inside. You're just going to get a charging cable and the unit itself, of course. Charging cable is nice. It's just a two-prong to two-prong charging cable here. It's about 3 feet, 3.5 feet in length, and will definitely do the job. It's a pretty thick cable. So let's plug this in below, and then we'll set that to the side. Take a look at the main unit. It is a white, glossy finish unit here. Since it's white, you're not going to really have to worry about too many fingerprints. iLepo logo here, nothing creaking as I'm trying to adjust it. All the seams look like they're in place, so it's put together very well. On the back, you're going to see a USB charger, a model i6 in case you need that, and then your inputs and outputs we've already gone over. The front, you're going to have your 8 USB ports, and you're going to have that LCD display that's going to show you voltage, amperage, and also a number which will correspond to each one of the USB ports. I wish they had put some feet on the bottom to keep it from sliding around on your desk. That would have been a nice touch. Just something to give feedback to iLepo in case they're watching and want to put something on the bottom here to kind of keep it from moving around. Let's plug this in. And as we plug this in, you'll see that the LCD is blinking here, and that's just because of my LED light bar. So I'm going to turn that down so that that doesn't interfere. And as you can see, right now we are drawing 5.15 or 5.16 volts from the wall. So you've got your voltage there. And then you have your amperage at the bottom. This will be what you're outputting per USB port. And then the third little window here, which I'll show you in just a second, will tell you exactly what port you're plugged into. I've got a USB to micro USB cable here. This is a glowing one that I did a review on a while ago. Worked out to be very nice. And when we plug my phone in, my phone unfortunately right now is at 100%, so we're not going to be drawing too much power, as you'll see. We're drawing 0.5 amps at the moment, 0.4, 0.5 amps because it's at 100%. But you do notice that you're plugged into the fourth USB port and it is flashing a 4 there. If you were to have multiple things hooked up, it will cycle through and show you what amps are being pulled from what port. If I switch it to 8, then it switches over to 8. Pulling, again, 0.3, 0.4 amps here, just because we are at 100%, so it doesn't need to pull any at the moment to charge the phone. But if that was charging, you would be pulling up to 2.4 amps from number 8 because we're plugged into number 8. Cable charging at 100%, so again, no problems there. In my testing, this did very well for up to 3 devices to get that 2.4 amps. Then once you get up to 4 devices and over, you start to spread out those amperages over 8 ports, and that's when it starts to drop down to that 1 amp per port. But you can see, switching back and forth the ports, I like the fact that it tells you what amps are being pulled by each device per port number. So they do a good job with this LCD. Just keep in mind again, if you're going to load this up with 8 devices, that you will be limited to 1 amp per device. But if you're only going to do 2 or 3 devices, then you'll get those full 2.4 amps. I think iLepo did a good job on this. It's a solid design. I like the LCD screen. I like the information that it gives me. It lets me know what's plugged into what ports and how much power is being drawn by those ports. So overall, pretty decent, especially for the price point. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you're looking for a nice desktop charger that has an LCD output, this should go on your short list. You might want to check this out. Remember to like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because that always helps me out. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.